Hello. I thought I'd move. I better turn this off actually. I thought I'd move to somewhere new. I've got a new phone and it seems to be a bit better than my old one, so I'm trying to do this on my phone now and see how it goes. That was a bit of Cassandra. I'll talk about her in a minute maybe. So this is in the sitting room now, where the record obsession stretches to as well. So in this video I wanted to talk about some 7-inches because Doug from Canada, Fat City Vinyl, was talking about 7-inches the other day. And I've got quite a few, although I find them a pain in the backside quite often as far as getting them, because I don't have the patience to sift through hours of records that I don't know on the off chance that there might be something good. But the album seems so much easier. I guess thanks to the internet it's a lot easier to know what you're looking for, though it tends to be quite expensive and pricey. But I've got some nice things which I've collected over the years, so I thought I'd show a few of them. Starting here, now Doug from Canada was showing this just the other day, the albums by Holly Cook. This is the 7-inch single of her song That Very Night, which I think is definitely my favourite song of hers, released on Mr. Bongo's label from Brighton, which is really nice. And it's really nicely done because they managed to capture that sound of that sort of late 70s, early 80s British lovers rock sound, which you would probably hear on something like this. This is Revelation with You Boy. This is the 7-inch version. There's a stomping 12-inch of it as well. But these two records have a very similar sound, so that this one is trying to recreate it really nicely. That's the original sound, but it's brilliant stuff. And sticking with the lovers rock, well, I just showed Cassandra, a very famous lovers rock singer of the era. This is a version on Decca Records of her song I'll Never Let You Go Out of My Life, which is one of my all-time favourite lovers rock songs, I think, without a doubt. Now the original of this is on the lovers rock label. I don't have the original of it, but I do have quite a few on the lovers rock label. There it is, very emblematic with the heart with the arrow through it. There's Brown Sugar, nice one to have there. They've got the nice compilation on soul jazz that came out recently. There's another Cassandra doing a Millie Jackson, beautiful version of that one, really nice. And here's an interesting one. This is T.T. Ross. It's actually an Irish singer, made her name singing reggae, and a lot of early lovers rock singles done by T.T. Ross. Some of her later stuff's not so nice, but the early ones are brilliant. You've got to have some Studio One. So here's a John Holt called Hooligan on the Coxon label, but what I really like here is this thing on the other side, Jamrick Dub by Pavlov Black. It's just beautiful. It's not really a typical Doug song, it's just him and a sort of synthesizer, and it's just going through lovely changes, and it's absolutely amazing. One of those things I just stumbled across on YouTube one day, managed to track it down after a while, but lovely little thing to have. Brilliant, recommend it. Look for that one, just a dub, it's fantastic. And here's one I got years ago. This is a Beres Hammond song, not much to look at, it's a white label and very much a bootleg, because this is Why by Beres Hammond. The original goes for hundreds of pounds, but if you don't know this song, Why, it's a beautiful, beautiful song. And this is old Beres, this is back in the 70s, and I think, or maybe early 80s, I'm not sure, but brilliant, brilliant stuff. I mean, even on those dodgy bootlegged 7-inch where you can hear the crackles of the original record they've recorded it from, it doesn't matter. I'm really pleased to have it. It was a long time ago I got it, it must have been about 15 years ago, but brilliant. Moving on to some soul music. Here's a great one I got the other day. Doesn't cost anything, it cost me like £2, not even that. Get It by Marion Jarvis. Really nice. If you know Woman to Woman, the Shirley Brown song with the spoken intro where she speaks to the lady on the phone, this has got the same sort of style with the spoken intro. Brilliant stuff. Love that. And for less than £2, I think it was a steal. What else? Oh, I've got some really heavy stuff here as well, actually. This is probably my all-time favourite 7-inch ever. This is Art Wilson. What's it called, that one? I Know We Can Make It, and on the other side, Unbelievable on Alexander Street. This classic rare groove sound here. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I could just sit here gently turning the sides over, listening to each song again and again and again. It's fantastic. Love that one. And here's another classic. Another rare groove classic, I think. So can you see that? Yeah, that's Chloe Martin. It's Come to My Attention. Beautiful song. Really big bass, shakes the floor when you play it, and very raunchy. Lots of gasping in the background, but not a particularly sexy song, but absolutely amazing. Really makes my hair stand up on the end. And there's a nice B-side as well, Life Race. It's a nice little sentiment, I think, in the song. It's a good one, really nice little thing. It can be quite pricey these days, but great record to have. Now, for Northern Soul people, they may know that label, Innovation 2. It's quite famous. It's really nice, very pretty little records with the green and red. This is the brilliantly titled Ebony Rhythm Funk Campaign, and the song is called How's Your Wife and My Child. Beautiful song, this. Really interesting lyrics. It's got that spoken bit going on as well, which I really like when you hear that sort of spoken intros and everything. And I like it. I mean, some 70s soul music can obviously be very cheesy, but it finds situations to talk about which are really great. This is just a song about a man bumping into another man in an airport, and this other man is now shacked up with his ex and his son, and he's just talking about it, and it's really interesting. And the arrangements, the music on it is absolutely fantastic. They're a pretty interesting group, actually. I want to investigate a bit more, because they've got a few albums out, all, as you can imagine, with a name like Ebony Rhythm Funk Campaign. Pretty funky, but this is sort of on the sweet soul kind of thing, but lovely stuff. What else? Another great label here, Brunswick Records. Can't really go wrong. Got the Chai Lights, Barbara Acklin, all of those sort of things. Here's another classic soul tune, The Lost Generation, The Sly, The Slick, and The Wicked. You can just about see that, maybe. Beautiful stuff. Really good vocal harmony stuff, but it's got a bit of an edge to it, a bit like the Dramatics. It's not all sweet. They've got a kind of cracked edge to everything they sing, which I think is really appealing. I love the Chai Lights, but sometimes they can overdo it a bit, and you need to just calm down with something a bit more salty. How are we doing for time? This is pretty good. Well, that's all the 7 inches I wanted to show. I don't think there's anything else particularly interesting to share with you right now. What else have I got? Well, this is a nice one. Paul Connor is originally from Aruba, it tells us here, but he recorded this in the UK. It's not a great LP, but it has a really nice first song here, Nobody Loves Me, rather sorry for itself, and a rather jazzy cover as well, but really nice sort of stomping soul. Is this late 60s or early 70s? Doesn't really say. Yeah, 1971, there you go. And not a difficult, well, not an expensive record to get. Really nice, just for the opening track. There's some interesting stuff, I guess, on the rest of it, but I was really pleased to have it. I like that. Oh, here's a nice one I've been thumping a lot lately. I didn't know about this record until fairly recently. Lolita Holloway. Is it Lolita or is it Loliata? I don't know. I think I'd say Lolita Holloway. Cry to Me is just all the way classic, this record. It's got the ballads and it's got the funky stuff on it as well. Casanova, really classic rare groove sound, and I really love, I just can't help myself, really funky stuff. Sadly this cover's seen better days, but I was pleased to get that because it goes alongside all those great female singers who've got real heft to what they're saying. And this is a really soulful thing. I'd always assumed she was just big sort of belting disco numbers, but no, there's a lot more going on here. Really, really great stuff. I'll put it that way so you can see. There's the thing. Aware Records, the Hot Lanta sound. Pretty good. Anything else? Well, here's just one more that I picked up fairly recently. I was at a record fair, and I'd seen this about because I know it got reissued, well, quite a while ago, but I got it anyway. It's a Brazilian record by Ed Lincoln, but really good stuff on this. There's bits of it which is sort of cheesy pop, bossa nova, silly stuff, but when it's good, it's really good, and it's got pretty serious stuff on it. If you know Orlandivo, who does lots of classic Brazilian stuff, he seems to be on there. Recognise his chin in the photo. Anyway, that's him, and there's some really nice stuff on this. So I was really pleased to get it, and it didn't cost absolutely nothing. It cost like £8 or something. I was really pleased. So I can see perhaps why it's falling apart, but no, it's really good and plays really nicely, this copy. So all of those that I've showed you, I would definitely recommend. There's a few rarities now, but they weren't so hard to get when I first got them, which was a while back. But anyway, nice to be back. I think I quite enjoy recording here. Anyway, till next time, see you later.